start a new business, develop a new stream of income, join communities that share investment ideas. I would recommend Money Africa. Hello ladies, welcome. Happy New Year to you and yours. I trust you had an amazing holiday and you are ready to face 2022 with courage, with focus, discipline. That is why today's video, my very first video of 2022, is going to be about ways that you can level up. Okay, but before we start, I have my glass of wine here. So if you want to get a glass of wine, you can get one, maybe a cup of tea or coffee, a glass of milk, if that is what you drink. And then we can start looking at ways that we can level up our lives in 2022. I decided to make this video to be just about 5 ways or 5 key areas because leveling up can be scary and overwhelming. So I don't want to write so many things, give you 10 ways to level up and then you feel overwhelmed. I want to give you 5 key areas that you can start with, and then as you level up those areas, you can add other ones as you go forward. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. The first key area you want to level up this year, that is if you haven't started leveling up in this area, is your finances. I know that leveling up takes money. That's the reality. You need money, not a truckload of it, but at least you need to have some money to try new things and do things differently. That is granted, but even as you want to use money to level up in other areas of your life, you still need to also level up your finances. And there are a number of ways that you can do that. I will share those ways with you. I know that sometimes people are always overwhelmed when it comes to finance. I have impulsive shopping or this or that. Personal financial management is a skill, and like any other skill, you need to learn about it. You need to work on it every day until it becomes a part of you. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run through certain things that you can do that is going to help you level up your finances. The first thing you have to do is to assess your finances as it is now or as it was in the past. This is very scary, trust me. When I did this thing, my goodness, I felt so bad. Get 6 months of your previous bank statement. So 6 months your previous, okay, English is hard. Get the past 6 months of your bank statement and go through it. You're not gonna like it, but it is something you need to do. Go through it. You need to know where your money is going to, what your spending habits are, what you are buying or what you are spending on that you actually think is something you really need, but if you really think about it, you don't really need it. You need to do that. That is the first thing you need to do. Once you do that, the next thing you want to do is devise a way of handling your finances going forward. I always recommend the 50%, 30%, 20% format. You don't have to use this particular percentage. You can use any other one that works for you depending on your level of income. It is just an example. So 50% of your income goes to your living expenses. Rent, light, food, water, all the things that you need to live, very essential things. 30% goes to investment. Investment could be saving up to buy a course. An investment could be saving up to learn about a new skill. So 30% of your income has to be towards a particular investment that you want to make. Then 20% has to be for savings. As much as, people say you can't become wealthy by saving, I agree with that. But you still need to have some income that you can run to in case of an emergency. Save some money for those rainy days. After you've done this, the next is to set financial goals. This depends on what you want out of your finances. One person's goal could be to invest more, another could be to save more, another could be to generate more streams of income. You need to decide what your financial goal is depending on what you want to achieve, and you have to start working on it, actively working on it every day, so that by the end of the year, in 6 months, in 3 months, you look back and you realize that, my goodness, you've actually leveled up your finances and you really want to do that. Other things you can do to level up your finances is to live within your means, control your habits, your spending habits, especially if you shop impulsively. Before you buy anything, think about it. Do you really need it? Do you really want it? Give yourself 24 hours before you purchase it, because that really works for me. Sometimes I'll see something online and I just feel like I want to buy it, but then when I just give myself 24 hours, I realize I don't really need it. So you need to do that, okay? Educate yourself so that you can have ideas on different ways you can invest the money you're making. Start a new business, develop a new stream of income, join communities that share investment ideas. I'll recommend Money Africa and Financial Jennifer. I'll leave their link in the video so that you can, not their link, sorry, their username, their Instagram username, and you can follow their platforms and see how you can level up your finances. I understand that most women, or most of the women in my community, we're all looking for male providers, or at least somebody who will do majority of the providing. That's what we pray for in a life partner. We all want that, and I pray you get it. But even as you do that, it is important that you are working on your own personal finance so that you're not stuck in a bad situation, because people can use money to control you, and you don't want anybody, especially a man, to do that to you. So this 2022, level up your personal finance. Now, number 2, the second way you can level up your life in 2022, and that is for you to try new things. I know that leveling up is scary, scary, overwhelming, and we all like comfort. We like to stay where we are, what is comfortable for us. No, I don't want to try new things. Well, guess what? Nobody ever leveled up their lives by doing the same thing over and over again. It just doesn't work. You have to be willing and open to trying new things. You have to be courageous and fearless, and some of these experiences are going to be good, some are going to be bad. You're going to try something and you're going to be like, okay, no, we're not doing that again. You still need that experience. So be open to trying new things. Don't always say no. For me, I don't like going out. Most people don't know that about me. I like to stay indoors, but one of the ways I want to level up, or one of the areas I want to level up this new year, is to go out more. I really want to go out more. Not just going out anyhow, of course, but go out to specific events, network more, meet people, socialize more. That is one area I want to really open myself up to. Now, for you, it could be a different thing. It could be taking yourself out more often rather than waiting for a friend. It could be maybe you want to start content creation, you want to start a YouTube channel, you want to travel, you want to learn a new skill, buy a new course, learn a new language, learn how to swim, pick up a new hobby, whatever it is, start. No matter how scared you are, no matter how uncomfortable you think it's going to make you feel, or maybe you've been putting it aside because you're waiting for a friend to be ready, you're waiting for that family member to be ready. Well, they may never be ready, and this leveling up journey, it's about you. It's really not about another person. So go for it. Whatever it is you want to try, whatever new thing you want to try, you need to go for it, okay? Because that is one key way that you can open up your life to new experiences. Now, number 3, the third way that you can level up in 2022, and that is mentally. It's a bit difficult, right, to quantify mental growth or to say, oh, I've really grown mentally. But this is what I can tell you. If you find that you don't feel very intelligent sometimes, or maybe you often find yourself where people are having conversation and you can't even, jump into it or even be a part of it because you have no idea what they're even talking about. You feel lost. You find yourself mispronouncing words. You find yourself not knowing so many things about different things happening in the world. Well, guess what? I have good news for you, because it takes a very short period of time to gain passable, not in-depth, but passable knowledge about anything. So here's what you can do, okay? Make a list of all the areas you want to gain knowledge in. Is it finance? Is it fashion? Is it style? Is it architecture, sports, business? Whatever that area is, or whatever those areas are, create a list and start reading about them. There's really nothing else you can do. You're not going to wave a magic wand and suddenly become intelligent. It doesn't work. You have to be curious. You have to open up a book. You can make the excuse and say, oh, I'm always very busy. I can't read. I don't have the time. Guess what? There are audio books. You can be listening to a book as you're doing your chore. You can be listening to a book as you're going to work. You can be listening to a book as you're having your lunch, your dinner. Although that's not very good. They say you should be present when you're eating. But you can always find time within your day to listen to a chapter of a book. Another way you can level up mentally and also expand your scope, your vocabulary, is to watch certain TV shows. I'm not talking about reality TV, not at all. I'm talking about educative TV shows, and there's so many. You need to watch these TV shows because you're going to learn about so many random things. Your vocabulary is going to expand. Some TV shows you can watch is like CSI, NCIS, Suits, Grey's Anatomy. You have Law and Order. You have Lied to Me, Elementary. Essentially drama, detective, thriller. You're going to find a lot of information. So recently I was watching a series. It's an old series. I must have watched it maybe 2-3 times, but I still enjoy watching it. It's called Lied to Me. And I learned some random fact. Apparently in Yemen, the most important man goes into the room last. So if you have like people walking into a room in Yemen, the most important man is the last person, not the first person, the way it's obtainable in most cultures. And I was like, that was a nice information to have. I may never ever use it, right? But it was nice to know that. I was watching Boston Legal, funny legal show. When Alan Shaw, it's one of the characters, said something about inimitable. And I was like, what kind of word is that? So I checked it up, and it means something that is so unique, so unusual that you can't copy. And I was, so I could say I'm inimitable. But you have to learn, you have to be curious. That is another way that you can level up mentally. Another way also is to listen to podcasts. Any area you want to gain knowledge in, you have a lot of podcasts out there now that you can listen to and learn 1 or 2 things. And this last part may seem common, but some people don't know it. You cannot be carrying a big phone and you're not using it, okay? So Google is your friend. Trust me. You want to know something? Google it. You're unsure about something? Google it. You want to learn something new? Whatever it is, Google it. Search for knowledge. If you hear somebody say something, a phrase, a word you don't understand, don't just keep quiet. Ask questions. Pick up your phone, Google it, look it up. But also make sure that the sites you visit are at least up to par. You don't just want to get your information from anybody. So ladies, learn to read. Use Google, listen to podcasts, watch TV shows, educative TV shows, and you're going to find your scope and your mind opening up bit by bit. Ladies, before I share the next way that you can level up this new year, I want to hear from you, okay? Share with me in the comment section key areas that you're looking forward to leveling up in, okay? Because I know that I haven't covered all the areas, and maybe you have a new year resolution, certain things you want to try. You could actually inspire me to try something new. So just share with me in the comment section. Now, number 4, your appearance. Okay. I know I'm going to keep talking about this till Christ comes because this is very important. This is the truth, okay? Nobody sees your mind when they first meet you. Nobody. All they see is the way you've presented yourself. All they see is the way you look, your outfit, your grooming. That's what people see, right? So it is important that you look good. In this new year, be very intentional. Make it a point to look your best as much as you can. I mean, I understand that it's a lot of work. Trust me, even getting ready to make this video, it took me hours. I don't want to tell you how long it took. Just know it took me hours. It can be tiresome sometimes. I get that. But you can simplify your routine, your beauty routine, your appearance, your grooming in a way that you save time. So be very intentional about your appearance. Make sure that whatever you choose to wear, whatever outfit you choose to go for, make you look feminine, beautiful, classy, sophisticated, elegant, all of that good stuff. You want to look your absolute best. And I have so many videos on this, and I'm just going to leave the links to all those videos and you can watch them. How to look elegant and expensive in thrift. For ladies that are really on a very tight budget, how to look elegant and expensive on a budget. How to look elegant on lazy days, how to look elegant and feminine at home for African ladies, because us, our weather, our hair, everything is different here. How to commit to your appearance, ways that you can start getting committed to your appearance. I'm going to leave the link and you can go watch it after this video. And finally, one key way that you have to level up this new year is your love life. I know some ladies are going to, how can I level up my love life? Well, that is why this video is here, because we're going to talk about all the ways that you can level up your love life. One way that you need to level up your love life is to raise your standards. Yes, if you were comfortable with inconsistency, somebody that runs hot and cold, today the person is, good to you, tomorrow, no. If you were comfortable with mediocre dates, and let's go to the fast food, no. This year, we're not doing that. We're going to proper restaurants. We're going to be wooed properly. So raise your standards. Very important. You have to demand better. When it comes to raising your standards, it's not just about going to a good restaurant. It could even be when it comes to the way they treat you. It could be maybe you desire a partner who will talk to you every day, but then you've lowered your standards and you're now with somebody who calls you once a week. Or maybe you're with somebody who is not very ambitious, doesn't even know what he wants out of life. Maybe even somebody who is maybe not even a provider, but you're just settling. Whatever it is, whatever you think you're accepting now in your relationship that you think it's below your standard, time to raise those standards and find the courage to walk away. Think about it this way. For a man to come to you and say, I like you, I want to date you, that means that you have something that he is looking for. So for him to get what he's looking for from you, whether it's your heart, your time, your resources, your body, he has to be worthy of those things. And that means he has to prove to you, based on your standards that you're going to raise this year, okay, that he is worthy of these things. The second way that you can level up your love life is do not settle. It may sound cliche, but it is the truth. Do not settle. Never ever settle. You can compromise, but never settle. And I'll share with you what the differences are, at least to me. Compromising could be, let's say maybe you want to marry somebody from Yoruba tribe, and that has always been your desire. But you meet somebody from the Igbo tribe who has all the characters or all the personality traits that you're looking for in a partner. And you choose to marry that person and live your life and move forward with your life with them. You're compromising. You're not settling. Settling is when you know you deserve better. Somebody's making your life horrible, making you feel valueless. And you think, oh, my friends are getting married. Oh, my family members will disturb me. Society, what am I going to do? And you say, let me just manage. And then you settle down with that person. That is you settling. That is you cheating yourself of the opportunity of finding somebody who is going to love you the way you deserve to be loved. So this new year, if you find that you've been settling for somebody that you think is not worthy of you, well, I'm going to pray and hope that after watching this video, you're going to find the courage and the strength deep inside of you to walk away and say, I deserve better. And now the way that you can level up your love life is to gain clarity on what you want or desire in a future partner. Because oftentimes we just walk around, okay, well, I want a good man, I want a good man, I want a good man. But have you really given much thought to it, to be very specific about it? Well, if you haven't, I'm going to share a document with you. I'll leave the link in the description. I created this document. It's a guided journal. It is a document I created after I called off my engagement. I was really hurt. I was really in a terrible place. And I never ever wanted to make those kinds of mistakes again. And I created this journal for myself. But I've made it available to you so that you can use it to gain clarity. There are certain questions you're going to answer. Tough questions that are going to dredge up a lot of pain. But you need to do this because you need to learn from your experience so that moving forward, you have an idea of what you desire, what you truly want. One of the questions you're going to answer is, What did you do wrong? So I phrased it as what did I do wrong, because you'll be reading it, so it's what did I do wrong? It's a tough question because it's very easy to blame the other person for everything that went wrong, right? It's very easy to say, oh, he did this to me, he did that to me, he violated my boundaries, he did this, he did that. But guess what? Whatever happened, you allowed it. You had a part to play. You could have said no, you could have set clear boundaries, you could have done all of that, but you didn't. So you had a responsibility in whatever went wrong. So you need to write that down. By the time you go through the guided journal, you're going to come up with a list of what you can compromise in a life partner, because you're never going to get 100 of 100. That is the truth. And then the things that you can never, ever, ever compromise. That is the list you're going to come up with, and it's going to give you clarity so that going forward, when you meet somebody and you are maybe a bit unsure, you can go back to your list and say, okay, I can compromise on finances, I can compromise on looks, I can compromise on race. But no, religion is still important to me. I don't want to marry somebody who doesn't believe in Jesus Christ. And you have a list as a reference point. So I'll leave the link. It's very affordable and you can get one for yourself. The way that you can level up your love life is to set boundaries, clear boundaries. You have to know what triggers you, what you don't want to experience, what you don't want your partner to be doing to you. You need to set those clear boundaries and communicate them so that you're not settling for somebody who is violating your boundaries day in, day out, and you're doing nothing about it. And finally, set goals as a couple. As much as you have your own personal goals, he has his own personal goals, you both have to have goals as a couple. And it's not just about where your relationship is headed. It could be when it comes to even your finances. It could be when it comes to traveling. Okay, are we doing this as a couple? Are we doing this particular event as a couple? Set goals, because this way you get to know where your partner's head is at. You get to know if this is somebody who you really want to be with. So to summarize, as our teachers used to say, 1, don't settle, raise your standards, demand better, set clear boundaries, gain clarity on what you desire in a partner, and finally set goals as a couple. So there you have it, ladies. 5 key ways that you're going to, that you must level up in 2022. I hope you enjoyed this video. You learned something new. You're going to start implementing some of these things in your life so that when you wake up a month, 2 months down the line, you find that you are better than where you were. Please do subscribe, comment, share this video, turn on post notification so that you don't miss new videos that I post. Before I go, I want to say thank you for being a part of this community, and be kind to yourself. Very important. Speak love and light to your body, your mind, and your soul. Be kind to yourself. Don't talk bad to yourself, okay? I will see you in the next video. Bye.